Cool, guys. Thanks for joining us. We've got Dawie Snyman and I think Jason Dixon ahead of his 50th cap. We'll start with questions from the room and then go to Zoom, guys. Lorenzo.
50th cap, just the feeling from you to have achieved this. It's not easy for everyone early. You know, you mentioned Yuri to the man above for being here as well. Just how does it feel to you in the family?
It's very special. I told my dad through the week. I actually only found out in the week. Dave put a slide on in the presenter in the one meeting that we had in his presentation, and it was I kind of knew it was coming, but it seems quicker than I expected it, and it seems a massive honor, or it is a massive honor, because you know, growing up I was a big Stormers fan. So when we didn't have DSTV for the matches, we'd go to Spur, we'd go to Old Bridge Tavern, go watch it on the TV. So to be like a 50 cap Stormer, it's a massive honor. And my dad was also very excited. I got like the whole handful of close family coming to come watch the game. So looking forward to it a lot.
And then just with the points that we needing this weekend, how important is it to go out there and just, you know, get the job done, if you can put it like that?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's our approach. First thing we have to do is have to win the game, you know. So yeah, all our prep has gone into that. We know what's coming from the Lion side and also what we want to fix and focus on.
Just Dawie, some of the changes you've made. We obviously noticed Body Kalanta is leaving. Just can you tell us what the leaving is exactly, and is it just precautionary? Is he going to be available for the play?
Yeah, we probably could have pushed him to play this weekend, but he wasn't 100%. You know, so he got a knock at the back end of that Connacht game. But yeah, he will be fine next weekend. Also, opportunity for Sasha to get a bit more game time, which is exciting for him. Yeah.
And it's just the signing as well. You guys have obviously got a contract extension so late.
Yeah.
Just what was it mean to you? Because I mean, he's 21. He's still quite young. He's a future pop hopefully as well. Yeah. So I mean, what does it mean for you as a backline coach?
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, I think for guys like Sulaiman, you know, he showed what he can do. You know, even last year in the URC, so he's got a lot of potential. It's great to see young guys that want to stay at the Stormers, you know, and also you know the guys around him. You know, so for us, very exciting. Also for him, for his future. Like I said, I think he's definitely will become a Springbok at one stage or at a stage. But he's quite a humble guy, and he's a guy that wants to work hard at his game. And that's why we respect him so much and want to keep him in the union.
Just my final one, Ben, for you as well. Does your sort of mode now as a player going to play a photo already now? Because guys, I know you're not looking towards next week, but it's now sort of the end of the crunch time of the season now. So like how you approach feeling as a player for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
I know, definitely it starts to build. You can feel that sense of excitement in the air, and also everybody like, if we don't, you know, not negative, like if we don't do it now, we're not gonna. It's more like this is the time to get all the engines firing. So it definitely is that kind of a mode.
Dawie, the Lions obviously have to go for broke, because I think they realise they probably need the bonus points to play on the Cup 7. And you know, from your point of view, it'd be great to just sort of frustrate them without, you know, get frustrated in that way. What is the emphasis on tomorrow? Is it like, I mean, is it the win, like the absolute imperative, or are you looking at the following week's game and sort of looking at sort of playing like sort of playoffs rugby, if you know what I'm saying?
Well, look, it's difficult to determine the result of the game. So we actually just play situation and moment by moment, you know. So if it's a restart, we're planning to do that restart well, or a line out, or stopping a maul, or scrumming, you know. So that's how we're focusing on the game, you know. Whatever happens at the end of it, you know, that's going to be determined by how well we do those things, you know. So we want to put up a really good defensive performance, you know. So if they have to come out and try and score points, we want to make sure that we get our defense right, you know, not focusing too much on what they need to try and do. You know? So that's our approach.
Looking at the reposition of actually traveling for a player in this competition anyway. Are you going to be trying to get there earlier than you usually do, or you sort of flying out late?
We actually, I think what we've found is a bit of a formula to travel a little bit later in the week, because if you travel early, it sort of has an influence on your prep. So
when is that, the Firestone?
Yeah, then fly over and just a bit more recovery on that side. Where if you fly on a Monday, you sort of recover and then try and prep later in the week. So we find that that's probably the best for us.
I just wanted to ask on that, do you think it's actually healthy for us to leave that? Like we've seen other teams complaining about it, and it's for some reason we've seen teams then struggle. Then playing those matches when it's crunch time. I would understand if it was during the season and we on tour, but now it's players like wouldn't that be a little bit like unhealthy?
Look, we've done both scenarios, and I think this one works best for us. It's just about the prep that you can get in. You get on that side. Like I said, you don't really know the facilities you're going to have. We know what we have here. I mean, PJ can probably talk from a player's perspective how it feels, but there's enough time to recover. If you're flying on a Tuesday night and you're sleeping, the Wednesday we usually have off. Recovery, Thursday a light session. So I think for us it works because you get a bit of both in.
And of course, there's also a chance that you have a very good shot. I suppose you might come back to better ball, but if you I mean, there's a chance that you're going over there for 3 weeks. I mean, for 2.5 weeks as well. So that might also weigh on you.
Yeah,
you don't want to make the tour longer than it has to.
Whatever we have to do, we'll do that.
Like Vijay, from you, from player perspective on that as well, leaving at this time, was it a collective? Obviously, so coaches have spoken to the team as well. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I think it was like I don't know if that first one was when we played Leicester.
Yeah.
We played Leicester in the Champions Cup, and we had the team that went up for that game put up a great performance. There was a lot of good feedback, and like Dawie said, we did it a couple of times after that. And the Monday and Tuesday, if you have a full day over here, when we go on tour, we cut the load a little bit. We don't train as hard, because stay in a hotel, your recovery is not exactly the same when you're over here. You in your natural rhythm, so it's true what he's saying. You want to feel like you get that work done early in the week. And then you can really switch off in the travel as well. You can relax, and when you get there, you switch on again, focus, tweak the last few things before you go into the game. So it's also nice.
Dawie, for your side, have you guys spoken about the Lions are coming here, they're desperate, they want to get 5 points to stay in the competition. They're beating you guys in the first season here as well. So just think this is an extra, it's a derby as well. It's an extra spice and extra motivation as well.
Yeah,
you guys touched on that in the week.
No, definitely. I think they've also said it in the media, so they're coming down with a mission. Like I say, it's a derby, it's a bit personal. There's a few battles that's always good to see. But we want to give them a good challenge,
Then just looking at that bench, we chose to wear about Rock Harris, Frans Malherbe, to have that amount of power coming on in the second half. Does it just make the load so much easier for the team? Just looking at that.
Yeah, no, I think the guys starting also, they've done a great job for us every time they've come onto the field. So we just sort of switched it around this week just to give them Nietling and those guys also some proper game time. But it's great to have Frans and those guys sitting on the bench, and that last part of the game they can obviously dominate scrums and do well in that area.
Yes, Kevin.
Just one more. What is the sort of, normally there's like a sort of message to the team. Like what is the good? I mean, are you looking at, you want to finish fifth? Is that your sort of your objective from tomorrow?
We want to win the game.
Sorry, you want
It's at this stage for us, we haven't really spoken about the log or where we need to go in a quarterfinal. It's been about, like I said, those small moments in games, areas in our game that we really want to focus on, and that's the only thing that we want to really try and execute.
So there's nobody you want to avoid anything.
No, I mean it's
you're going to jump into play next to
no, I mean it's playoffs is playoffs. I think that sort of ship has sailed a few weeks ago. We could have determined what we wanted, and now we have to take what we get.
Thanks very much. Hi guys, hope you're well. Dawie, it's an interesting one with Sasha because obviously you don't have that fallback option of Damien. Do you think Sasha's strengths are suited to fullback? And then secondly, do you think it could be good in the sense that, you obviously have to have your bases covered. So if something did happen to Warwick, then you sort of comfortable that you have that option.
Yeah, definitely, Stephen. I think that's the thinking about the selection this weekend. So yeah, if we get a knock in that position, we know he can cover there. The last two games, Dragons and Connacht, he came on at 15, so it was a area we prepped him, and he's done his sort of work in that area and played there a bit for us. So yeah, quite excited about him there, and I definitely think it's a position he can play well. So and our 10s and 15s are quite similar in the way we play and how we set up our attack and defense. So yeah, it's not too far from what he knows.
I mean, that one try against Connacht was, I think it was the Dragons, yeah, was amazing, wasn't it? When he came in and that little cross kick and everything on the field. So it's actually the skills that he brings to the party are just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he's a special player.
BJ, do you, in terms of the future, I mean, you were recently spotted at the alignment camp. You got a call up there. I mean, how do you feel about that? And is it a big ambition of yours to go for higher honors?
Yes, Stephen. That was a good experience, and I enjoyed it a lot. It is definitely an ambition that I have. I think you wanna I'm aiming for excellence in rugby. So, and that's kind of the same thing at the box. It's just like, okay, it's just you get a thorough reminder that you need to be like a high quality player. And then I'm like, okay, I'm taking that on board. I'm going to work on the areas that I need to work on. And it's just kind of like, it sparks more enthusiasm again to be included in those talks and those meetings. And so it was like and I'm feeling excited about the prospects, but yeah, just like working hard on my fitness and all the different parts of the game that I can contribute. And
if you look at it now, which areas of your game would you like to step in? Do you think if you want to go for higher honors, what are the areas that you think that you can get even better in? I feel like just adding a bit of spark to the attack. So I run around a lot on the field, but then a lot of times it's like that acceleration and high speed meters, when there's a bit of a gap, to make it count, be like run a support line, or when I have the ball, just to maybe break a tackle or two and get a few more yards with a leg drive or so. So that's what I'm thinking about at the moment, and not throwing the ball away on attack. So just making good decisions there and being a bit more direct. I'm aware of all those areas that need improvement, and it is exciting. I'm glad that I can work on all of that, and obviously I need to keep my strengths, like work rate and a good defense, and putting pressure on, maybe like add breakdown pressure to that as well. If I can make a dominant hit, and then put the opposition breakdown under pressure as well. But yeah, those are some of the things I'm thinking about. I must say, if that pass against Connacht found its target, maybe a few centimeters, it would have been an amazing pass. so I guess there's a. So I guess that's. Yeah, Dawie, just on a few of those things against Connacht, it's actually maybe a good example of something that was well intentioned and almost came off, but didn't quite come off, if you know what I mean. There were a few things like that, maybe in terms of the team, that perhaps you could have put more points on the board. Do you think it's just a little bit of accuracy, just to get those magicians going? Because I certainly think you probably had a few more tries in you in that game.
I think especially at the start, we had a few of those scrums where Dan broke the tackle and floated almost to Herschel. But actually, we spoke about it afterwards. But a 4G pitch is a little bit different in terms of just the timing and how you can execute those type of passes or offloads. So yeah, accuracy there wasn't great, but yeah, like I said, we still want to be a team that creates those opportunities, and if it's on, we want to go for it.
Cool. Thanks very much. And BJ, enjoy your 50th.
Thank you.
All right, we've got Leighton and then Gavin's got another question after that. Yes, Leighton.
Thanks, Marky. I hope you guys can hear me. BJ, hi Dawie, hi BJ. Just for you, please. Riekert is quite lyrical. He waxes quite lyrical when he speaks about you in terms of the studying that you've done while playing rugby. Just getting that while working on your passion in rugby as well. Just to speak to us on that and what that meant to you in terms of your.
Thanks, Leighton. Yeah, I had a massive privilege of studying at Marty's at University of Stellenbosch. Started my second year out of school, so the first year I just played for Western Province under 19 team when we still had the Western Province Institute, and then I went into studies and studied industrial engineering, and I did it over 5 years, and it was just like it was difficult at times, but in rugby it's seasonal, so a group of 4 weeks or a month and a half, you like really you under pressure with the rugby, and then maybe like for the next month and a half or two to 3 weeks or whatever, however long it is, you have a bit of less pressure at the rugby. You can focus on your studies. So I enjoyed both a lot. The industrial engineering has to do with problem solving and stuff like that. So I never really did well. I just passed, but I enjoyed it, and I'm glad I could get that degree. So yeah, credit to everybody that helped me, supported me, and to God and to Marty's also, that with the bursary, and my players. I made use of my players' bursary as well. So I'm glad I could get that done, and I enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, now I can focus a bit more on the rugby.
And then just you started the very first game at 7 against the Lions. You're capping off the round robin season at 7 as well. Just are you settled into that 7 jersey now, or do you see the Stormers still using you as a sort of a 4-lock bruiser when they need you to?
I feel like I'm settling in. I feel like I have a long way to go. I really do feel like that. When I look at it, I wasn't very happy with that Lions game. Obviously, first game of the season, and probably a couple of the games that we had earlier in the season, and even still towards the later end, I see those areas that I need to improve, and I'm not always happy with my game, but I feel like I'm getting better and better at 7. And yeah, I'm always keen for lock as well. Tackling and rocking and carrying the ball, so that's fun as well. Yeah.
Now then just lastly, from my side, just looking at the youngsters. I mean, a lot of guys capped off 50th performances this season in the squad, and just and also signed on now as well up until 2027. And some of the guys, just what's the importance here and the drive to keep those youngsters together and have them surrounded by all those experienced guys?
I think it's important if you want to sort of build a squad that can win trophies. You need a bit of experience, So yeah, it's great to have guys like France and Stephen coming back to really guide these guys, and then yeah, also through that we clocking up the caps, So look at a team like Leinster, you play their sort of second string side, and they've got more caps than your first side, So it's important for us, to get sort of stable squad, which I think we've got at the moment, and I think it's quite exciting. It's a lot of youngsters that's got great ability, and it's great rugby players. So yeah, I think the next 2, 3, 4 years for the Stormers will be great, and a lot of hard work, but it's guys that's willing to get stuck in. They know our systems, and yeah, like I said, the future is looking bright.
Cool, thanks, Leeds. We're going to end with Gavin.
Dawie, I see Ben Loder's back, which is obviously good. He's
Yeah.
going into fails. But I was actually going to ask about one of the C League. He's playing against us, well, two.
Yeah.
I know he played for the Bulls subsequently, but I mean, it's where he started. But how's he tracking? You talk about like the stars coming through and everything, but like, you know, he's a guy who sort of you acquired during the season. Has he met all the expectations that you guys had of him when he came down?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think every single game, every training is improving, you know. So yeah, really excited for him for another start. And yeah, I think the more time he's sort of spent with us in terms of just because we're quite a team that plays a natural brand of rugby, and we feed off each other and play off each other. So I think that time in games and playing with each other and understanding the defensive system, you know, it's been good for him. So yeah, we're really happy with where he is at the moment.
You need to restart the future.
Yeah, definitely.